Hey guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things mundane and makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, we have the Project Pan Questionnaire Tag. So if you would like to hear all of my answers to these questions, let's go ahead and just get on into it. So, this is a tag about your love for project panning. It was originally created by Meg's Makeup 8, who I don't believe is doing YouTube anymore, but that's who originally created this, so I will leave them and everybody else that I'm going to mention in the description box down below, along with the questions and everything else you could want is in the description box. But two of my beautiful friends have done this tag. Dub's Beauty Diary did it a long time ago, and I originally tried to fill out this questionnaire then, but I didn't know how to answer a lot of the questions. I felt very dumb then, so I just didn't. But my very beautiful friend, Makeup Linz, here on YouTube, Linz, she just did this tag recently, and I was like, you know what? I need to just go and do it. So they're listed down below. Please go check them out. And yes, so I've wanted to do this tag for a while now, but I've never really known how to quantify my love for project panning. So I hope this doesn't come across as stupid, but we're just going to get into it. There are 10 questions, so let's just get into it. I'm sorry. I did say in yesterday's video what's going on, but in case you didn't see it, I had a temporary crown put in on Wednesday on this tooth here, which that wasn't a big deal, but I thought I was having an allergic reaction to it. So I went back to the dentist on Friday, and actually I have friction burn on all of my gums, all the way back, and then on the inside of my cheek here from the procedure itself. So, everything's kind of swollen, and obviously it's all burned, so like the gums are, and my cheek is red, it's tender, like everything just hurts. I'm drooling a lot because of it, and that's why I keep wiping the corner of my mouth, and that's why I sound a little funny, and like my mouth keeps to the side because it wants to create space. So I do apologize sincerely if that's a lot to deal with. But we will go ahead and just get going. Why did you start project panning? So I was already panning things pretty naturally. Like I was already going through foundations. To be fair, I had, when I first started my channel, which 2021, I believe, is when I actually started uploading YouTube videos. I'd have to go back and look. But prior to that, I had a much smaller collection, obviously. But I was, going through foundations, going through concealers. But in my palettes, like I was panning eyeshadow because I had less eyeshadow. So I was just going through things naturally. And when I came across panning content on YouTube, I was like, that's my niche. I'm already doing this. And there are other people who do it, and like they do it for fun and they do it for content, and like it was a whole thing. It just created this sense of community in me, and I was like, I need, so I started project panning, like making it an actual thing, because I was already doing it naturally without knowing that it was a thing that people were doing. Number two is, what's the most rewarding part of project panning? And for me personally, there's two things about it. It's one, rotating through my collection. I love knowing that I'm touching every little thing in my collection. Like that's what I'm trying to do. So I love that. But number two is when I do empty something, I am so ecstatic. Like when I actually get to look in my empties and like see that I emptied a makeup product, like recently, I just emptied 2 mini concealers, like scraped them clean. That was so satisfying. So, that is so rewarding, like actually using up your makeup. Especially when you have a collection that, ow, so sorry if that shook the camera, I just kicked my desk. When you have a collection that's bigger, like I don't have the biggest makeup collection. There are YouTubers out there that wild. But I have a very large makeup collection. Like, so when I finish makeup, that is wild to me. Number 3 is, what's the most challenging part of project panning? And for me personally, it's hitting pan. I am a very slow panner. I don't know if it's just I'm a light-handed user, if it's the brushes that I choose to use with items or what, or if it's just because I don't do makeup every day, or even 5 days like the work week. I do makeup 2 to 3 times a week for filming because I'm disabled. So maybe that's why, like, I'm just a slow panner. But yeah, that is the hardest part for me, is actually panning my products. And that's so frustrating because I see other people that are just flying through their products, hitting pan, and I want to do that too. But I'm not. I'm not one of those people, and I've learned to be okay with that. Number 4 is, how many project pans have you done, and do you plan on doing more? So I went back through all of my playlists, and I have done 18 projects over the course of my channel, including the ones that I am currently doing. Some of them that I'm doing are going well into next year, 2025. But yes, I want to do more. I want to try more. I want to maybe repeat some projects that I've already done. I have done that already from 2023 and 2024. From 2023, I did repeat some projects in 2024, and that will probably happen. Currently, nothing that I've finished, I am repeating in 2025 because I just want to do new things. Like right now, the only thing I can think of that I'm starting in 2025 for sure is I want to do deck of panning, as long as Emily and Max brings it back for 2025, which as far as I know, I've heard that she is, but I want to do that. So far, there has not been anything from the Pantastic Ladies that has come out for 2025 that I want to join as of right now. I'm just doing other projects, and my projects that I'm currently doing are going into 2025 anyway, but that could change. For number 5 is, are you also doing any projects in addition to project panning? And yes, I have 3 projects that I would consider projects that aren't project panning. I have my revolving door project where I'm working on doing looks with palettes that I've already used and know and love in my collection, just to make sure they are palettes that I want to keep in my collection, that they're getting use. So I do 2 looks with those palettes, just to make sure that they're palettes I still want to keep. I have my Pile of Shame project pan, which those are brand new palettes to my collection that I've never used. And I do 3 looks with those palettes just to see, are they palettes that I should keep in my collection? Because they're brand new. I don't know them. Do I even need them? And then my Bingo of Shame that I created with DW. That is, we created, it was a wheel of oh my goodness, words are hard today because of my mouth. It was a wheel of palettes that we both had that we had never used, or maybe used once, that we wanted to do a palette bingo on. So we're just working through that wheel. And we have created a whole group on that, and we do that once a month. So those 3 projects I would say, because like you're not panning any items. It's not like it's still a project, but you're not panning anything. It's just to get a couple uses and moving on out. Number 6, do you limit your spending or go on a no buy while you're project panning? Currently, I'm on a low buy for 2024. When I do my empties every quarter, this is my low buy journal. I go through, because every month, I keep track of what I've spent and what money I've made on Mercari. But every quarter, when I go through my empties, I go over what has happened for the quarter. But I do think I will be changing my rules for 2025, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. But as of right now, I'm currently on a low buy. Yes. Number 7, who are your favorite project panners to watch? And again, they will all be listed in the description box. But of course, DW at Dove's Beauty Diary and Lynn's at Makeup Lynn's. I love them. But Andy at Andy Does Stuff. She is fantastic. Erin at Erin Taylor. Jessica at Jessica Lee. Steph at Still Steph. And Laura at Laura Force. And Caitlin at Can Foreman. They are all absolutely fantastic people. I know I rattled them off very fast. Go check them all out. Check my description box and go check them all out. They're all fantastic people for all very different reasons. They all pan things differently or do usages. They all organize their things differently. And I love them all for very different reasons. So if one person isn't your type or your niche, go check another one out. I have a lot of that. I gotta watch different people for different reasons. I have clinical OCD. I gotta hit every little niche thing in my brain's gotta get that dopamine hit. Number 8, what is your number 1 tip for a successful project pan? Listen to me when I tell you this. Set realistic goals for yourself, your collection, and your time. In my very first year of panning, I set such big goals, and when I failed them, I was so upset and discouraged with myself that I didn't know if I wanted to pan things anymore. And that was just because of the goals that I set. You need to be realistic with what you can do as a panner, and that can take time. Like my first year, I realized, hey, I'm not a pan that palette person. I'm just not. That's not me. And you might need to do a project to figure that out, but have realistic expectations. You need to know your collection, how big your collection is, to just be able to set realistic goals. Should you be trying to pan every item that you bring into a project? It's okay to set usage goals in projects. Some makeup will go bad, and that's okay. Do we want that to happen? No. But it's okay to set usage goals. You don't need to pan everything, and you don't need to pan everything right away. Set usage goals, rotate through your items. Like, I'm not saying if something's unopened, open it for the sake of a project. But if you already have things opened, rotate through them. And then set realistic goals for your time. Don't feel like you have to upload 7 days a week if that's not realistic for you and your schedule. Like when I first started uploading, I was like, I have to upload every day, all the time. And then I couldn't do it, and I took like 3 months off because I was like, I'm burnt out. Oh my God. Now, I don't really even have a cohesive upload schedule. Some weeks I upload literally every day because I have too many videos and I don't double upload because no thank you. So some weeks I upload every day. Some weeks I only upload every day of the work week. Some weeks I have a week where like I skip a Wednesday. Like, I'm not consistent with how many days I upload because it just depends on the schedule for me. And that makes me feel better personally. So like, just have realistic expectations. And it's okay to end a project early. It's okay to not finish a project. It's okay. It's okay. At the end of the day, it's okay. Number 9, what is your goal for your collection through project panning? Usage. Like, I want to just be constantly rotating through my collection. If I use things up in the process, absolutely fantastic. Like, obviously, I don't want things to be going bad. But with the size of my collection and how many things that I have, it's inevitable that something, at the end of the day, something might go bad or will. So I just want to get use on it, as much use as I can on things. So that is that. And last but not least, question number 10, hear me out. The original question is, what project panners do you tag to do this next? I already tagged a billion people in that I think are my favorite project panners. If any of them would like to do this tag, please do. So instead of that, for question number 10, I'm saying, what are your 2025 loose goals? Like, what are your loosely based, what goals do you have for 2025? And I wrote down 6 goals that, as of right now, they are my loose goals that I have for project panning. Number 1, I want to use every single, I want to no pan left behind all of my single eyeshadows. My magnetic ones, I want to finish my project Armageddon. So I want to finish that project and touch every single one. And I want to use my entire top drawer. So that is all of my potted single shadows, all of my liquid single shadows, loose single shadows. I want to do that. Because in my No Pan Left Behind notebook, I have obviously all of my palettes, but I have had a section that is all of my singles. So I want to do that next year. I want to. I want to finish my Pile of Shame project pan and my Revolving Door project pan. I want to get out any palettes that don't suit me and just know that every palette that I have in this drawer system is a palette that I enjoy. Number 3, I want to figure out a better palette organizing system because the way I have these drawers set up is trash, absolute trash. Like, if you saw how these palettes are organized in here, it's god-awful compared to that drawer system, which is beautifully organized. Number 4, I want to do more Shop My Stash videos for the month because I want to have more products to use alongside my project pan items because I have found, like, let's say I don't have a bronzer in a project. So then I'm scrambling, looking through my drawer like, oh my god, I have too many options. What bronzer do I want to use? Well, if I had a Shop My Stash for the month, well, there you go. There's a bronzer that I could use. Number 5, I want to do more get ready with me's with you guys. Just showing you how I do my makeup, how I do my application. And I just want to talk to you guys more about things going on in my life, showing you Blaze Mirror, maybe showing you Ian, having him come sit with me and just talk my life more with you guys. And last but not least, as a loose goal, I want to do some more not makeup videos. I don't know if you guys would like that or not, but I miss doing my movie reviews once a week. And they didn't do well on my channel at all, but they made me so ungodly happy to do. And sometimes that matters more than the views. I love my makeup. The makeup is 100% the priority on this channel. But even if I just did it on once a week or once every other week or even once a month, just doing a horror makeup review. A horror review. would make me so unbelievably happy. You have no idea. So, that is going to do it for this Project Pan questionnaire. I hope that it actually, did something and I made sense and it wasn't just rambling for once. Because I feel like last time I tried to do this, it was awful and rambly. But I appreciate it. And any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.